Hello, hello. Let's do some Deathmark today. Yep. Spirit Hunter Deathmark. 100%. Hell yeah. Probably shouldn't lean so far back. While gaming and stuff. Sit up properly. Yeah. Okay. Let me quickly start the vertical stream too, because we'll be streaming today horizontal and vertical. So, I'm gonna go ahead, hit start. Hello, YouTube. Today we're gonna be doing Spirit Hunter Deathmark. It's my first Deathmark game. We're gonna be doing chapter 5 today. We're on the chapter 5. I'm kind of excited. Make sure combined chat is up so I can see both the chats, because we are doing a twofer stream. We got the vertical and the horizontal going. So depending on what you prefer, watch. Both are up. Both are good to go. Hi, kitty. Are we gonna do some pre-game kitty cuddles? We can. We can do some pre-game kitty cuddles. Okay, here we go. Let's get some pre-game kitty cuddles in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Aren't you a good boy? He likes the pre-game kitty cuddles. Don't you? Mm-hmm. We have to... He likes, like, every stream. See, he didn't come up until I started stream. But I didn't really start talking today until the stream. Sorry, I'm flipping you around so they can see your face better, okay? Look at you. You're a good boy. Aren't you, Aristotle? We love you. Mm-hmm. Sorry, this is usually the beginning of streams on both Twitch and YouTube, is often kitty cuddle time. So if you want to skip, if you're watching the VOD, you can skip. But right now, this very second, is not a VOD. But in the future, you know. Yeah. We're gonna play a good game. I'm thinking we're gonna finish this game this weekend. Because we have only the 2 chapters to go? Potentially, I think? Something. We'll see. We'll see. I think it was a 6th chapter, but I think one of them is you only get if you did all good things. I do have a separate playthrough where I didn't let anyone die, that I've been kind of playing in the back. Hello, Ian. Welcome in. We're doing the pre-game kitty cuddles right now. Do you see this guy? We're getting the cuddles in. He's so cute. Did it do a double high on my, oh, kind of cool. Oh, it's a boy. He's a big boy. He's 18 pounds of fluff and love. His name's Aristotle. Aren't you the cutest, fluffiest cat? Yeah, no one's cuter than you, no one's fluffier than you. Because you say so? Yeah. He literally has no idea what I'm saying. He's just watching me talk. You just watching me talk? We should probably get in there and start playing chapter 5 of this game. Yeah? Should we play chapter 5? See what spirit we are going up against now? He's such a good boy. I love him. You're the greatest kitty. Yeah. Can I put you in your cat bed? Or you can be angry about it? My eyelid is doing the twitchy thing. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's this eyelid. It's doing the twitchy thing. It's like... Are we stressed? Do we need to breathe in? Are we stressed? Maybe? Oh. Do we need to calm down? Do we need to calm down? Okay. Get you right there. Don't try to hit me. Okay. So I did change around my scenes and a little bit of the colors. Just the coloring. I instead of having like so much yellow for the kind of like the fall look, I kind of like add some of like the blue greens to the like, and then the leaves. So, oh, that camera, that cat cam is so dark. We can fix it. Should we fix the cat cam, the little one? Let's see. See, he's in there right now. Let's see, cat cam. Should I bring it lower? But then I think it goes like into the captions. Oh, the captions kind of go over it, so that's fine. Okay, let me look at the properties. I'm gonna try to make it a little brighter. It's not that dark right there. There we go. Bam. There he is. I got some cat. Okay, so let's do some gaming. Let's get in there. Okay. So this playthrough is the one where I sped through. And then this is the playthrough where we are currently. Okay. Talk. We have to go to bed. Yes. And we finished chapter 4 with Miss Zoo. It's been nearly a day since we found Mary. We're like a boat adrift on the ocean without a compass to guide us. Who knows where the currents will take us? Will we find salvation at the end? Cord's touching me. Go away. Hey, Mr. Yashki. Looks like we wasted a whole day. Is it going to be like this every day? If you're done checking in here, why don't we take a look outside? Mary said unnecessary contact with outsiders could speed up the mark's curse. And if I lose any more of my memories, I'm not sure I'll be able to function. For the past 10 days, the only other person I've spoken to is the convenience store clerk. Oh, that explains why we've only had TV dinners and snack food to eat. But sitting and waiting isn't going to accomplish anything. I'd rather not wind up forgetting my own name like you. Not that I completely believe that this cursed thing is real. She raises her voice to hide how it shakes. She's still stubbornly sticking to her denial of the existence of spirits in the mark, but I know she's already accepted it. After all, she went through it herself last night. Ghosts and curses don't exist. Why does this have to happen to me? Woohoo! Hiro was startled at the sudden knock. A visitor in the middle of the night. I don't need Mary to know it's a mark bearer. We're playing Spirit Hunter Deathmark. Sorry to impose on you so late. Oh, it's a guy. A tall, thin man walks in. Look at that shirt. That is a fashion choice right there. His skin is white as sheet and dark circles nearly swallow his eyes. It's almost like a dead person stands before us. You're Yashiki and Hiro, right? I heard about you at the mark from Yasuoka before I came here. Something about a Miss Zoo, too. Sounds like you had a rough night. He seems to know Yasuoka. Maybe she's following through on her promise and sent him to help us. Well, let's get introductions done. I'm Shuji Diamond. Damon or Diamond? Damon? Should I just say Damon? I think you can guess my occupation. Wearing this thing means I don't have to explain. Thank goodness. He gestures to the stethoscope around his neck. He does guess, yeah. What kind of business brings a doctor like you here? Damon's eyes flicker over at the suspicion in Hiro's tone. No need to be so defensive. I have the cursed scar, same as you. The mark. He unbuttons his shirt to reveal a familiar mark on the left side of his chest. It just suddenly appeared one day. Though to be honest, I never thought it happened to me. Maybe it's punishment for being stupidly curious about it. Curious? Did you know about the mark before Yasuoka told you about it? Yeah, that's right. There's mention of a strange scar in my grandpa's records as a military physician. I did some personal research. Military physician's records would mean they'd be from the Second World War, more than 50 years ago. It doesn't add up. Rumors of the mark only started about a month ago now. If it was mentioned in those records, the rumors would be much older. And there's a reason for that. Patients with the symptoms were kept in a secret army laboratory. After the war, all top-secret documents related to the lab were burned, except the clinical records I found. Secret lab? What? It's kind of hard to believe. Dr. Diamond, you don't mean to say the mark was used as some sort of biological weapon? Every country had at least one or two soldiers who were divinely possessed. People only call on gods when they're in trouble. It was the end of the war. And they were backed into a corner. How unscientific. Don't you think so, Mr. Yashiki? We can't deny it's possible. What? Are you serious? I can see why Yasuoka gave you her stamp of approval. The way you consider every possibility is indeed admirable. That open-mindedness must allow you to face the supernatural. However, it's hard to picture the mark being used as a weapon. It seems the 13th Army Engineering Lab was developing something. It was called the Kannon Soldier. Kannon Soldier. That makes me think of the Bodhisattva cannon. Bodhisattva. 50 years ago in the Buddha statues. It can't be. Dr. Diamond, where is that lab? Unfortunately, I have no idea. Sorry. The documents my grandfather kept don't give any details about it. You see. Hey, Mr. Yashiki. The 13th Army Engineering Lab. It's the shelter Zukawa went to. She pulls out her old map. I'd wanted to keep it a secret, but as I'd rather not die from this mark, I'll tell you. This shows the entrance to the 13th Army Engineering Lab. Whoa, are you serious? Wow. In his excitement, he starts coughing. My apologies. Where did you get that? My grandfather passed 6 months ago. We were sorting his belongings. Isn't the idea of a secret lab just fascinating? So I thought I'd look into it. And then Miss Zukawa stole it. I accidentally let it slip to her. She loves strange experiments like that, so it's probably stuck with her. Not as much, though. Whatever turned her into a monster is down in that secret lab. That's a pretty unscientific line of reasoning. Using the occult to turn yourself into a monster is utter nonsense. But there's a scientific method behind it. I'll have to consider it. I suppose that's just how she is. Was your grandfather involved with the lab in any way, Hiro? He could have been. All I know is he was an engineer with the rank of captain. Wait, hold on. You're both grandchildren of people involved with the engineering lab? And now both of you have the mark? Yes, that would be correct. That and our lab coats are probably all Hiro and I have in common. From what we understand, people with the mark appeared in the secret lab 50 years ago. There might be something there that'll help us find the truth behind this. That's also the origin of the Kannon soldier, a name that reminds me of the statue, the traces of Misu's in the shelter. It might all be connected to the Buddha statues that were stolen from 8th Shrine. Dr. Damon gave us a lot of info. We'll have to thank Yasuoka for introducing him to us. The fates are indeed mysterious. Dr. Damon, will you help us? Yes, of course. Just don't expect anything physical. Are you sick? You don't look so well. Yes, something like that. I don't practice what I preach. His dry laugh sounds like he's deflecting. He's abnormally thin for a man his age. It's possible that he's gravely ill. So we're headed to the shelter? About that. We were stopped from going further by a locked door. The strange old man was there too. I doubt he'll cooperate with us though. It'll be difficult to break in from there. Where did you enter the shelter? The manhole on K. Miyamachi North Road. I see. She opens the map and studies it. You're right, an entrance is there. But there seems to be one on the other one. It's at M. Now South Alley. Have you tried going there? No, not yet. Then let's go there. Hopefully we can get in. Ooh. Now, who should be our person? Sickly doctor or aloof scientist? Let's take a sickly doctor. Ew, he just coughed in my ears. He just coughed in my ears. Okay, so let's head out. I hit exit. Weirdo. South Alley. Let's go. We reach M. Now South Alley. Like the North Road, it's silent and empty. It's hard to believe a lab entrance is on a residential street like this. In any case, we should look around. There are traces of the name of a store up by the roof. It looks like it's closed now. Trying to make sure I touch everything. Even though this is a residential area, the street is completely deserted. Yeah, there's nothing else. Let's just go in there. There's a manhole. Unlike K. Miyamachi, this road only has one. Definitely looks suspicious. The manhole lid has a place to grip it, just like the one at K. Miyamachi Street. This has to be it. Still, this is strange. Why doesn't the public have any idea about this underground shelter? You'd think the sewer department would at least. A reasonable conclusion. We can assume all info on this place is being concealed by someone. It'd be trouble if it were made public, huh? Then it's people who used to be involved. Yes, some are still alive today. A certain city representative used to be my grandfather's colleague. The Cujos may not be innocent either. Were they involved somehow? Oh, you don't know? After the war, the Cujo head was prohibited from public service. It was because he assisted the army in some manner. So he could have been involved with the lab. If I had to make a guess. There's manholes of Pandora's box for any dignitary with a damaged reputation. I wonder what secrets we'll find. Still, you know a lot about it, considering. I'm interested in the lab myself, though not as much as Hirdo is. I've already done some research. This being such an important secret place, isn't it a little too easy to get into? True. They're not guarding it. The lid could have originally been locked or bolted somehow. The Smith Zoo might have done away with the restraints. In we go. When I lift the lid, a musty smell greets me. And it sounds like wet. This smells familiar. Like the other entrance, the hole goes deep. Thankfully, there's a ladder here, too. This reminds me of when I was a kid. Let's get going, Yashiki. Damon and I descend into the dark world hidden beneath H City. What awaits us down in that darkness? Will we find the truth we're seeking, or a hell smeared with blood? Chapter 5, Kannon Soldier. Sounds gross. Someone play music? The sight that greets us at the bottom is the same as what we saw at K Miyamachi Street. The looming concrete walls and the suffocating stagnant air. We weren't wrong to assume that the two places are connected. This is not a place someone with bad lungs like me should be. And is that an army song? Hearing that, I feel worse. It's been 50 years, so there's no way a radio or a phonograph is still playing. Something supernatural has to be at work. It's so easy to fall back and blame things on the supernatural now. I've gotten too used to this occult world. I see. I don't have any spiritual powers, so that kind of thing is beyond me. You say so, then I believe you. What's that? Oh. I run my fingers over it and realize that something is stuck to the floor. I keep scratching at it until it starts to crease, and I manage to pull it up off the floor. Found a worn-out talisman. When I pick up the talisman, I feel warmth flow through me. Okay. I wonder if we go behind us. That's the door. Let's turn around again. Go forward. Ooh. There's a pitch black stains. Is this blood? Oh, seems so. Still, there's entirely too much of it. It's like a blood bag burst. But doesn't that other thing bother you too? Of course it bothers me. I imagine we're on the same page. There's clearly defined clean space on the walls of something had been there. Looks like it avoided being sprayed with blood because something was originally posted here. Some kind of poster or bulletin? There's unfortunately no way to know. Another one? I trail blood leads to the ladder at the entrance. Was someone trying to escape? A Okay, so should we try the door first then? That looks like... I didn't mean to turn around again. I keep turning around. Should probably try touching this door and it will probably... Oh, there's... Oh, lamp drying out my eyes. Stain seems to be old blood. It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted. I can open it if I had the key. Yeah, we have to go find the key, guys. We definitely do not have any items on us whatsoever. So... Left, right, left, right. Ooh, hello, LTR. Welcome in. Something flows swiftly down the pipes. There's a ghost there. How you been? Okay, should we go left, right, straight? Left. Ooh, a door. We'll go that direction next. When I step in view of an iron door that appears before me, the air clearly shifts. Goosebumps rise. A presence is approaching. There's an incessant beeping like from a telegraph. Keep going. I shrug and keep moving forward. Ooh, we're making choices. The beeping becomes gradually louder, almost if it's trying to tell me something. Long, short, long, short, short, long. Just keeps repeating this code. What in the world does it mean? I don't know enough soul. Oh, I mean soul. I hear a quiet voice. Point to your soul. Point to my soul. I think it's in our head. I think that's what we read last time. The beeping suddenly stops. Woo-wee! We survived. Woo-wee! Seriously. Amazing. A real supernatural event. Damon seems pleased. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm sure this will happen again, but there's no need to tell him that. Is it safe now? Yeah, probably. Well, let's keep moving. Well, doesn't look like we can actually touch those doors, but there's another missing poster. I wonder if we'll find the posters and we get to put them back up. Okay. Let's go... it's another door. It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted. I can open it if I had the key. We need a key. Let's go this way. To the right. Search everything. Nothing here. Hi, Aristotle. Oh, I didn't mean to turn back. I think I turned back? Yeah, I did. I was trying to do this. Dried blood has blackened on the floor. There's quite a lot. Whoever left it probably died. Ew. Okay. Water again? Oh, what's over here? I peek into the waterway and I see something floating. I reach for it as I hold onto the edge. Somehow I manage to grab it. It's a worn-out talisman. I feel warmth flow through me. We have 3 directions again. It looks like the left and the right are both dead ends. Let's check them. We'll do left first. It looks like this is a dead end. Does look like there's only a wall ahead, but a breeze? Feel a draft coming from in front of us. But all that there is a wall. Okay, well, we'll keep in mind about that. Okay, so dead end's behind us, so now we go forward. Nothing here again. Turn around. Now we go to the right, if I remember correctly. Yes. Another stain of blood and grossness. Well, it's not letting me. Oh, we actually can open this door. What's in here? The air in this room is musty. At first glance, I'd say it's part of a medical facility. Looks like an operating room. And the smell must be... Ah, there it is. Yashki, sorry, but could you shine the light over there? I shine the flashlight as directed and find a corpse. Damon crouches down and begins to study it. Whoa, it's pretty old. You might be better off having an archaeologist or an anthropologist look at this. Damon skillfully examines the body. When they're done, they stand up again. The corpse is odd, extremely odd. The cervical vertebrae is severed, but the cut's a mess. Some kind of small blade object did it, most likely. Though it clearly wasn't cut with a surgical tool. I cannot even imagine why anyone would do something so cruel. The head was severed with a tool, huh? It's too old. The corpse isn't enough. Someone should have left behind records. It might be wise to search this room. Good idea. Okay, search this cupboard first. I open it and I search inside. I find a notebook titled Research Records and a small gun. The notes have deteriorated, but I can just make out what they say. 70th next experiment, Asura statue con, male body and female head success. Then, supernatural phenomenon, spirit, frequent, hard, continue experiments. That's all it says. And a palm pistol. Seems to be a record of the experiments performed here. How fascinating. When I open the door, a cloud of dust flies up and blocks my vision. A notebook with a black cover is left inside. Got experimental unit correspondence code. It seems to be a document about cryptographs. Inside it says, Kannon, weapon code name, short, long, short, long. So, 3122. I should probably write that down because I might not remember. So Kannon's code weapon name is short, long. And then short, long. Heavenly Buddha project's code name is, oh, this is Kannon. And then the Buddha is short, long, short, long, long, short, long, long, short. A human's head used as materials. This is one we guessed before. We actually guessed this one. The soul was long, short, short, long. It looks like a Waboom code. It's similar to Morse. Similar to Morse code, but not Morse code. Okay, so even if I did know Morse code, I might not have gotten it right. Nothing's inside the metal cabinet. What do you mean there's nothing inside? Bullshit. Looks like it's been a number of years since the person died. The dried skin gives the appearance of a mummy. The cut by the neck is jagged. It must have been cut with some kind of tool. Okay, it looks like we've touched everything we can potentially touch in here. This says it's empty. Okay. And then if we look at our bag. So this one says 70th, next experiment to Sura statue. Male body, female head. Palm pistol, small palm-sized gun developed by the Army for self-defense. A number of unsolved issues, such as only holding one bullet and its unreliability, caused its development to be cancelled. So it may or may not shoot? Sounds great. Absolutely love it. I wrote these down because I might need to know this, and you can't open your notebook when you're in the middle of trying not to die. Here, let's go left. I guess right. I feel a draft coming from the wall. It's impossible, but it still concerns me. Do I need to come in with a different person? Because I definitely don't have anything else. I don't have any item. Like, I don't think any items that would help. We had the key. We should switch to Hiro and come back in, yeah? Oh, we went too far. Let's go up the ladder. Oh, we gotta do this number to go up. Let's switch the Hiro and see what she says when we come back. Watashi? Okay. We're going in now with Hiro. And then we'll take her in here. What'd she say? Anything? Nothing new. Okay. there anything in my bag? If I do this, no, it's just the one thing. There has to be something. Oh, this is in front of lab 2. And then go forward. We gotta figure out man. Hiro, do you have a key that you're hiding on you because you wanted to be the one that comes in? Oh, we didn't come in here, I don't think. This place may have been used for the same experiments. There might be records left behind. Let's look. Feel inside it. I open it and search around. I find bells attached to a handle and a notebook with a black cover. It's titled Disposal VAT Management Record. I flip the cover open. Dispose 200 super dimension. Suddenly iron door half spiritualized. So 200 super dimension? Iron door half spiritualized? Hypothesis focus mystical forces. Need sacred object to erase. Safety valve release code diamond. There's nothing else written. Got Kagro Suzu Bells disposal VAT management record. What in the world are these notes going on about? Disposal, half spiritualization? I don't understand half these words. Plus those bells I found don't fit this place at all. Close the notebook and put it in my bag. Just then something tangles around my hand. It's a thin thread. Seems to be human hair. It glitters pale gold in the light. Ugh. The mark starts sucking at my blood. I ignore it and instead stare at the shining hair as it being pulled in. It's odd, but I get the feeling that this moment, no, it's here, this place. I've been here before. Woo! A few hours left until death closes in. Mumble, mumble, mumble. Someone mumbles right next to me. Wait, that's not someone else, that's my own voice. As I thought, it's here. The words pour out from deep inside. I have been absolutely no knowledge or control over them. Memories that aren't mine, words and feelings I couldn't possibly know are falling from my lips. Check the disposal vat. Must be behind the wall. Felt weird when standing in front of that wall. Wait. Mr. Kazuo, what are you talking about? The instant Hiro speaks, the voice stops. It's nothing. I just remembered something important. You sure you're okay? You were mumbling some strange things. I'm fine, really, just spaced out for a bit. For better or worse, Hiro didn't clearly hear what I was saying. Still, though, that voice. Could it be that my old self, the one I lost along with my memories, was talking to me? The feeling I got when I saw the golden hair. Maybe that's what triggered it. I haven't heard that other guiding voice for a while now. Guess all I can do is rely on my old self. The disposal vat beyond the wall. The voice said to find that. New info was added. What? I search the ones that are opened. I find a notebook titled Research Records and an army short sword. The letters in the notebook have faded, but I can still read it. The experiment miraculously seeks this divine protection. The Asura statue, donated from H Shrine, created by Line Statue Makers. Using chisel, donated by same family. Sever head. Tool together becomes the key. Finally, our dearest wish. Oh, there's nothing else written. Chisel? Like for sculpting? Yeah, most likely. Impossible. How could they do something like that? That's just impossible. It looks like it's been a number of years since this person died. The dried skin gives the appearance of a mummy. The cut by the neck is jagged. It must have been cut with some kind of tool. Looks like... Oh, we can restart. Look at the light bulb. The light bulb is flickering weakly. Okay. Wait, what's that? I open the wire mesh door and peek inside, but I don't see anything. I go to close the door and I see a paper stuck to the backside. Found a worn out talisman. Oh. Let's go. Okay, so we need to head back to the one spot. Oh, I think we're heading towards the exit. Or maybe not. The map spins. We go north of the intersection and an outline of a door is flickering faintly in the wall ahead of us. Hey, look at that. What? Impossible. It's another ghost thing. You can't see it? See what? What are you doing over there, kitty? Did you just knock a bunch of stuff down? Why are you in my closet over here? Are you guys trying to get out? Get out of there. How'd you get in? What were you guys doing in the closet? They're all running like, huh, I didn't do nothing wrong. Ah, they're funny. Here, let's hide the cat cam since they're not. Ah, looks like Hiro can't see the door. That's the spiritual. My mouth begins mumbling words that I don't recognize all on its own. Oppose the spiritual with spiritual. You touch it with a tool that honors the gods. The flow of words out of my mouth stops. Touch it with a tool that honors the gods. Okay. And then... Can I feel it first? Okay. Now the bell? Is just touching it okay? No, have to. Strange words spill from my lips again. It's the priestess's tool. If a man displays spiritual power, it will be destroyed, so touch it silently. All I have is questions, but I've no choice but to trust the other me. I touch the bell to the door carefully, making sure not to make any noise. The next instant, the door physically appears. What? What just happened? What did you do? I just felt like it was the right thing to do. But I stare at the door. I sense an alarming presence. According to my own voice, if I can call it that. The disposal vat is behind this door. Found some documents about it in the room with the operating table. Might be good to look through those. Let's be careful. The place has given me a bad feeling. I mean, we can probably look in our bag again. So the disposal vat, 200 super dimension iron door, half spiritualized. Mystical forces need sacred object to erase. Safety valve release code diamond. Sever head, tool together, become the key. Our dearest wish. Okay. We're going in. Let's go. We're facing it. I push open the iron door and we head inside. Oh, there's Buddhas. Oh, a bunch of Buddha heads. What is this place? On the other side of the door is a large, empty area reminiscent of a vault. Is this the disposal vat? It should be, but it's not quite what I expected. Oh, something's on the ground. A katana? Army sword. I take what Hiro picks up. I shine the flashlight around the area. Are these heads of Buddha statues? It doesn't seem like they're being stored. Is this some kind of garbage dump? Just then. A sound echoes off something heavy moving, and suddenly the room is lit with pale light. What was that noise? Let's get out of here for now. I try to open the door to get out, but it's locked. We're locked in? A cutting coldness invades and envelops my feet. My head snaps up and I see water pouring into the room like a giant waterfall. Water? It's ice cold. A polar bear swim is not something I ever wanted to do. Quickly rises to our knees. I can't even feel my feet anymore. Water underground? Hurry and open the door. We'll get hypothermia. I have to remember. What was written in those documents about the disposal vat? All I see near me are Buddha heads. Touch the diamond art head. Oh. I touch the diamond art head. There's a heavy shudder and the sound of movements. Then the pooling water suddenly starts sweeping in one direction down into a drain. Whoa. We survived. When I open my eyes, all I see is darkness. I quickly lift my head and I rub my eyes. My vision slowly comes back. This is an intersection in the underground shelter. Looks like we were drained out with the water and flushed down a pipe. We were lucky. I very nearly breathed a sigh of relief, but then I remember Hiro. That's right. Where's Hiro? No need to be so worried. Oh, it's the old man. Ah, so it's you. It's been a while, you sneaky intruder. It's that old man I met in the passageway beneath Manhole Street. I tried to ask him about Hiro, but my jaw is nearly locked and my voice is gone. Don't try to talk yet. The water here comes straight from the T-Mountain range, so it's deadly cold. You were submerged in it for near an hour, so you'll be slurring your words for a while. Relax. Your friend's fine. So you, got somewhere to go back to? I nod as I groan. The old man's face brightens like the sun. Well, that's great. Not that I'm demanding a reward for saving you or anything, but I am pretty darn hungry. The man eyes me, his smile sharp. We get in the car, and even though it's the wrong season for it, I turn the heat on full blast. We dry off with towels and the like, but it doesn't stop our shivering for a long time. While this is going on, the old man... it's hot. Can I open a window? He's blatantly fanning himself in front of us. Okay, yes, in a way we owe him our lives, but even so he's being a pain. Hang in there a little while longer. Kiddo shudders. We're about to freeze, you know. It was an honest question, and it probably sucks for him, but we still keep the car like a sauna. After driving like that for a while, our teeth finally stopped chattering. The man's name is Banshee Ito. That's how he introduced himself. That obviously isn't his real name. As he sits next to me, Banshee gives off a savory smell like freshly baked bread. He smells like baked bread? Kinda cheers me up. Or at least it does for a few moments until I realize it's a stench of dried filth. What? Now he smells like dried filth? So Banshee, what were you doing in a place like that? Banshee remains silent. Are you listening to me? Don't feel up to talking yet. I'll tell you in exchange for food. I shouldn't be surprised. Life's rough. Wait. That should be my question. What were you two doing down there? It's a long story. I summarize everything we know about spirits and the mark until I catch up to when we met him in the underground shelter. So that's how it is, huh? He nods vigorously to himself. Do you really understand any of that? Hero's doubts are reasonable. Oh, it was Hero who said that. Do you understand any of that? But Banshee waves a hand dismissively. Of course I do. What do you think I am? A terrible grudge is mucking up that underground shelter, and you guys are wrapped up in it now. The story suddenly sounds fishy. A grudge? Banshee, do you know what happened down there? I said I'm not talking about that yet. I was born into a noble family, so I've always had the ability to see things others can't. Stake my name, Banshee Ito, on it, so you can trust me. Ito? Should I just say Ito? There's a terrible grudge swirling there. And you've gotten swept up in it. Did we? He's got nothing to base his claims on, but I get the feeling he's on the right track. In that case, oh noble Lord Banshee, would you tell us? How do we overcome that whirlpool? Banshee replies with a magnanimous flourish. That should be obvious. Whirlpools always have a center. You gotta find that. The center. That swirling grudge and the spirit thing. Is that what you call it? Oh, the swirling grudge and the spirit thing. The birth of the spirit, the heart of the curse. Something like that should be left within that thing, their swirling grudge. You look for that, I'm sure, then. He trails off. His gaze is at the dark road, his mouth hanging open. It's like he's run out of batteries. Then what? What will happen? The black sky simply goes on forever before Banshee's eyes. Oh, we got a twitchy eyelid. Tell it to stop twitchy. Oh, that reminds me, Yashki. Banshee calls out as soon as we enter the garage. Take this. It's just a little symbol of our friendship. Is this a key for the underground shelter? Found it when I was popping in and out from that place. I held on to it. But I'll lend it to you for now, Yashki. He just picked it up. Why is he acting like it's a favor? But I have no reason to refuse him. Thanks, I'll borrow it. Damon walks up to us. You came back safely. Were you able to learn anything? Hero butts in before I can speak. Wait, just a minute. Don't tell me. You aren't going to believe that old man's stories, are you? He's fishy. Wow, that's rude. If you want my opinion, a snotty punk like you should be trusted even less. Of course, Yashki. You believe me, right? Of course. That's my good pal. Yashki for you. Hey now, you feeling okay in the head? Anyways, changing the subject. Good grief, can we just move on talking about this? Banshee, you're hungry, right? The dining room should have something. Well, food. Banshee bolts out of the garage and vanishes into the mansion. Damon gives me an exasperated look. Yashki, it seems you've gotten another troublemaker on your hands. We do. To appease the starving Banshee, I offer him some cup noodles and sweet buns. I want some sweet buns. The epitome of hunger, he greedily begins scarfing it down like a starving dog. That's rude. That was enough for 10 people. He devours all of it, and I'm reminded of a high-power vacuum cleaner. Excellent. I haven't been this full in forever. Good for you. Now answer our questions. What were you doing down there? Well, that's an easy one. Because it's my home. What? Been living there ever since I found it 10 years ago. It's not too shabby a place. Keeps me out of the rain and no damn brats messing with me. Though it gets a mite cold in winter. I don't know how to respond to that. Hiro and Damon seem to be the same. It was a paradise for me because no one knows about it. Until a weirdo showed up 6 months ago. Some woman doused in perfume. It was winter and I don't like stirring up trouble, so I just stayed away. It must have been Zukawa. I know, that is my thought as well. That was a month ago. Figured she must have up and left, so I went back. But now there's something stranger. Which was? A damn walking Buddha statue. I know I'm pretty out there, but even I was shocked by that. I even got this weird scar. Banshee removes his scarf, revealing the mark on his neck. You may not believe this, but that statue gave you that scar. I figured. It was the Kannon soldier, after all. The Kannon soldier? How do you know that name? Some documents I saw had it. It was an old plan to make a Buddha statue move with supernatural powers. A heavenly Buddha project weapon. Are you nuts? Spirit power making something move? That's insane. Now, Hiro, calm down. So those documents that you found, are they all still around? Nope, I burned them for warmth. I had a delicious roast potato, too. How could you... Maybe take your own advice, Dr. Damon. Well, our measure of common sense seems to be rather different than this strange old man's. It's fine. None of my noggin works different from most people's. I got it all memorized. As you say, just tell us. We need to know about the project. The Heavenly Buddha Project was the pet project of some general at the end of the war. So they built that shelter for it. Ta-da! The 13th Army Engineering Lab. To make the Kannon soldier thing, they did tests on Buddha statues. They were brought from some shrine or something somewhere. It must be H shrine. They did a bunch of stuff to infuse the statues with spiritual power. There was a monk from T Mountain, spiritual treasures from all over. But nobody thought anything could actually come from it. The project was just an excuse to keep that fanatical general busy. At least it was supposed to be. But one day the statue started moving. It went berserk throughout the lab and went crazy on a ton of people. Bloodstains and old corpses in the shelter are probably the victims. Some people survived, but they had red, bite-like marks on them. The thing went and wrecked the place. Then it stopped, never moved again. No one knows what even triggered it. That's about everything it said. Hiro and Damon are white as sheets. I probably am too. It's a hard story to believe, but he had no reasons to lie to us. I think he speaks the truth. What, are you kidding me? A statue going around killing people and cursing them? Impossible. And how do you explain the mark on his neck? Logic would dictate that the moving statue he saw was the Kannon soldier. A dormant soldier suddenly starts moving after 50 years. That might be the cause of mine and Hero's marks. What if you flip that, though? Both of your grandpas got the mark from the Kannon soldier. When the soldier stopped moving, their marks disappeared. But with it started up again, you got them because you're their descendants. If that's true, then the children inherited their parents' fate. Hero can't seem to muster up any kind of counter-argument. I think she's in shock. I want to ask you something, old man. You say the Kannon soldier stopped moving 50 years ago? But why? I think it was some spiritual person using a thingamajig to do something. So you have no idea. It's the most important part. Try to remember. It's not that easy, son. The mark might have made me forget. Taking his age into account, it's more likely it just completely slipped his mind. It seems we must defeat the Kannon soldier to be free of our marks. We'll have to figure it out on our own, if he can't be of more help. You seem a pro at this, Yashki. We'll be relying on you. I don't have a spiritual power or anything, but you've already faced down 4 different spirits, haven't you? A normal person wouldn't have survived. Now that he says it, I guess he's right. I have been hearing a mysterious voice a few times and having weird premonitions. I even caught myself unconsciously talking when we were down in the shelter. So, what are you folks gonna do now? Good question. Ooh, which one should we do? Investigate soldier, statues, or project? Let's investigate the project. I feel like that'll be the key to the mark. I guess we're going back in then. Hero's still kind of sulking, but she's at least recovered from her shock. We all share the same fate. It's too late to try to run away. Yep. You should find it in there. The heart of everything that's causing the curse. You need that to stop the Kannon soldier. That's what my gut's telling me. What are you gonna do then? I'm full now, so I'm gonna go take a nap in that park nearby. I'll sit and wait until you fellas do something about the soldier. Wait, just wait a minute, you old fart. Didn't we just say that it's too late to run away? Okay, I get it. Well, you folks did feed me, so I guess I can help. Let's see. Should we now go in with the strange vagrant? Excellent. Let's go down. Let's see if we go straight. Oh, wait. Kind of wanna. There's a door behind us, right? Mm-hmm. Going in. Oh, there's a single out-of-place statue. Its head has been cut off. No one's touched light bulb in a long time. Why is this such an old bulb still working? Oh, heads. Well, that's ominous. The box is packed with carelessly tossed Buddha statue heads. Any real ones? A real, actual head can be clearly seen among them. It's dry and mummified, but going by the long hair, it's probably female. Most likely one of the experiment's victims. Ah, so this is where it was. Let's take it and bring it to its owner. I thought you'd say that. Just kidding. Feel Banshee's gaze on me. New info was added. I can only carry one head. I need to choose which one to take. We'll take the woman's head? It's so gross. And then... it's a Buddha statue. The headless Buddha statue is covered in dust. There's a talisman stuck to the neck as if it's taking the place of a missing head. I got someone's head. Oh, hello? Made us. Oh, that. Okay. See if any doors we need. Yeah, sure, why not? Doesn't fit very well. Okay. I still got a human head. We're carrying around a human head, everyone. Not weird at all. In we go. I can hear a victory chant coming from the other side of the intersection. I shrug and keep moving forward. Take one step forward and... an electric current runs through my body and my muscles seize up. You lay about. What are you doing there? You have time to be loafing around, do ya? Recite this basic slogan at once. Cheer for the final battle in the homeland. Cheer for the final battle in the homeland. 100 million honorable deaths. Once more, declare a resolve to strike back with our raids. We won't lose even if our country is reduced to ashes. Show your determination. We won't lose. Suppress your desires until we win. Send forth 100 million fireballs. The land of gods is indestructible. Our army has fought bravely from the southern tropics to the northern Arctic, but the tide still hasn't turned in our favor. What do you think? Can we win this crusade? Can we win this crusade? We should... If the kamikaze winds blow. Pretty promising for a new recruit. Keep a good eye on this squad. Farewell. There's numerous footprints on the bloodstains on the floor. Are these human footprints, or... No noise is coming from this pipe. I guess that no water is flowing through it. Dang. Human bones. It looks like the person was crushed to death. Something's written on the wall in blood. It says I. Eisen? It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted. I can probably open it. Okay. Move forward. It's the operating room in the southern section. But on this table is... How about that? A dead body. A headless corpse is laying there. It's a rusted filing cabinet. The door is locked. Meow. A headless corpse was likely a woman. Missing not only its head but also all of its limbs. What kind of torture was this? A headless corpse is lying on top of the operating table. The head I picked up earlier might fit on this corpse's neck. Should I try attaching? Sure. The human head fits the severed neck perfectly. The world suddenly distorts. Oh, a horrific scene appears before my eyes. This is the woman on the operating table. Some kind of experiment is being performed on her. I must be seeing the past. Sound triggers a change in views. Men in lab coats holding surgical tools. But they don't look like they're alive. The ghosts of the researchers seem to be stuck forever in the nightmare of the past. I can hear the men whispers from my left side. Hey, she's awake. Don't worry, she'll be dead soon anyway. True enough. Then something else interrupts. You. This time it's a cold whisper from my right. You can hear me, can't you? Don't be afraid. Soon. The voice on my right cuts off and I can hear the men in the lab coats again. Hey woman, which one of these tools do you want us to use to cut your neck? This is for you, so we'll let you decide. A chisel? Oh, good answer. You're pretty smart. Unfortunately, you'll soon be saying goodbye to that clever head of yours. It's valuable material. We'll cut it off nicely. Gross. Shut up. You're just like a pig. This is why I hate handling women. Be patient. We finally found a clue. Yeah, wait. I'll give you power. The whisper from my right falls silent. Yeah, I never dreamed breaking from our usual method would go so well. Hey pig, do you understand? Do you know the correct combination of head and body for the heavenly Buddha? Precisely, and that's why we need your head. Gladly offer it up for the sake of our beloved country. Female head, male body. Problem is the soul freshness. Regardless of refrigeration, it's all up to the quality of the cut. Though there are only so many available methods, this is all the equipment we have. Then to the freezer. The voices on the left cut out. A determined voice echoes in my right ear. Hate this world. Tear it to pieces. The power to do that, I'll give it all to you in the place where you hear me now. Hate them, destroy them, understand? Yes? Good. Destroy them. When I return to my senses, I'm standing beside the operating table. Just then, something slides out of the hand of the corpse on the table. Not a small key. What I just saw, no, more importantly, the voice that kept speaking from my right side. Who was that? You don't look so great here, there. Did you see something by chance? Yeah, actually. I explained to Banshee what I just saw. A horrible tragedy happened here in the past. It's possible that whatever triggered it might have been whoever the voice belonged to. Interesting. Can't say I'm surprised something like that happened here. So what's that have to do with our marks? Well, I'm not sure about that part, but Banshee's right. This isn't helping us accomplish our goals. We need to search for whatever gave birth to the spirit. Let's keep looking. The small key I just found might belong to the cabinet here. I turn my attention to the mark on my wrist. It isn't coming yet. Glance over at Banshee. They don't seem to be acting differently at all. That should be slowly closing in on us, but it seems we still have some time. What's important right now is making sure we survive. I open the door using a small key. Inside is an old gun and some research records. Suddenly berserk, severe damage, suture chanting, complete insanity. Only those who made themselves deaf managed remain sane. Half spiritualized like disposal vat, need, sacred object, attack. Destroy a human head. The heart of all this. Need to destroy a human head. That's all it says. Got gun with blanks. Research records 3. Hi, sir. You gonna go lay down? Feel around the skeleton. The whole corpse looks like it might crumble any second. He found a talisman. A thick iron door. Keyhole isn't rusted. I could open it. Oh, I think this is by the other stairs. Yeah. Yeah, this is the other entrance. Okay, I haven't gone this way yet. Did I just turn around? I think I did. I meant to do this. There's creepy handprints on it. This door is stained with blood. Upon closer look, it's countless handprints. But the keyhole is perfectly fine. I can open the door if I had the key. Did he seriously, like, stay down here? Inside the room are a number of Buddha statues. They're all missing their heads. Seems this is where they stored all the various statues they gathered through theft or donation. Ah, this is the statue storage room. There's some angry feelings here, what with the handprints on the door. It's got to be the source that gave birth to the spirit. I brace myself for input from the other me. But it doesn't seem like that's happening. Does that mean I should already know? What's in here? It's devoid of anything that looks like a keyhole, but the box won't open. Nothing? Okay. Mm, mm. The one laying down. It's lying pitifully on the floor. Okay. The statue that seems to be Divine General, its head has been severed. A statue with its head cut off, it seems to be holding some kind of Buddhist ritual implement. It's a Vaisravana statue, it's missing its head. It's a statue that looks like a Vidyaraja or something. It's missing one of its arms as well as its head. It's a statue with its head cut off. It looks like it held a weapon in its left hand. It's a statue that looks like the Divine General. It has its armor from the Tang Dynasty. Searched all the statues. Every statue here has a male body. Suddenly there's a sound of movement from within the box. Now it opens. Sheets of white paper are inside. They seem to be a multitude of talismans. Was something sealed here? Banshee peers into the box beside me. What about it? Find anything? Well, my voice sounds distant. The cause of the curse, that what birthed the spirit, there's nothing like that here. No, there's nothing here. Ridiculous. Then what are you holding there? Banshee's right. It's not true that there's nothing inside. There is one thing. I never would have expected something like this, something that doesn't belong here. A box sealed by talismans has enshrined a Western-style cushion. Banshee sighs, disappointed. Well, that's a bummer. No way a thing like that gave birth to a spirit. True. But the state of it, of this room and the voices. Something important was definitely sealed up in this place at one point. Yet there's nothing here. And the thing we're searching for, where the hell did it go? A long silence falls between us. It is then that a now familiar pain flares up. The mark burns scarlet. It immediately is dyed a deep crimson. Death is only a few minutes away. What's going on? Is death closing on all of us all of a sudden? No, it's... Spirit is here. Ew. Are we running? It's coming after us. A low sutra chant trembles in the air. Feels like my whole body is numb. Maybe because of that thing. Ooh, oh, what do we need to do? Gun with blanks? So... I think we want to go with, like, dying, right? Only hero can use the bell. Oh, we have like the one bell, but we will end up dying. Because it said only females. We're gonna die here. Okay, so let's see. Let's use a sword and a pistol. Go. Go. Oh, we just got our own head off. Okay. Let's decide again. Puts us here. So we need to use the bell for sure. Let me look at my stuff. Definitely the bell. But it can only be used by females. So we definitely need to turn around a little bit. And get our booty out of here. We've been this way? Okay, switch partners. We need her to use the bell. Yes, you have to use the bell. And then we're gonna save. And then we're gonna head back to the north road, I think. And then go back down. Turn around. Go back. Okay. Something's sealed here. So is something in there? Well, my voice sounds distant. The cause of the curse, what birthed the spirit. There's nothing like that here. There's nothing here. What do you mean? Then what's that in your hand? Yoda's right, it's not true that there's nothing inside. There is one thing. I would have never expected something like this, something that doesn't belong here. A box sealed by talismans has enshrined a Western-style cushion. Hirosai's disappointed. Guess we're out of luck. No way this thing gave birth to a spirit. True. But the state of this room and the voices. Something important was definitely sealed up in this place at one point. Yet, there's nothing here. And the thing we're searching for, where the hell did it go? Well, it is then that a now familiar pain flares up. I wonder if I got everything. I've been playing. I do my second run with the guide to like get like the good stuff and make sure I grab everything. So I think we'll probably watch the conclusion of all the good ending and that sort of thing. But right now we're gonna get bad endings. We're going for bad ending right now. Look at it. My whole body is numb. Okay, so if I want bad ending, so we want gun with blanks, Kagura Suzu Bell. I grabbed a gun, but I can't control my hand. It turns the gun towards my head and fires. My consciousness fades. There's a strong ringing in my ears, and it was preventing me from hearing the suture chant. Hero is clutching their head like they can't hear anything either. The numbness has faded. Nothing happens. Hiro was injured. Yashiki was injured. Palm pistol, and then the bell again. The spirit fades and becomes intangible. Kannon soldier is wounded. The spirit turns solid again, making our heart clench. Yashiki was injured. Hiro was injured. Look at the eyeballs and like, are those like baby hands? Projectile short sword. Oh, I don't have a projectile short sword. Range short sword? Maybe that's it. The soldier is wounded and becomes intangible. Kannon soldier is wounded. Yashiki was injured. Hiro was injured. Look at its sword. No, 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 no. I don't like your face. I don't like your face. Please stop it. Oh, I don't think we ever found the chisel, did we? Oh, I think I might need we need to go find something. The voice yells comically, and whoever it is puts their hands on my back. But I can't take my eyes off the spirit before me. Banshee, is that you? What are you doing? Instead of replying, he shoves something into my hand. It's a large chisel with grip stained in blood. This is... Found it in that room in the mansion. In that instant, I understand everything. The heart of the curse that we were searching for. The object that gave birth to the spirit. So it was kept in Kujo Mansion. Thanks, I'm going to use it. And we're going to go for bad ending. Grab the chisel and I face the spirit. So, if good, we definitely have to do the ear. I know that. Because, like, based off the things we've been, like, reading and things. So, we're going to do the large chisel. And then the Kagura, yeah. We're doing bad endings. Between the eyes. Kannon soldier convulses as it meets its ghastly end. And then Hero should... We're gonna watch Hero die. It starts to crumble, it glares enough to scorch the entire world. The statue stops moving and collapses. It stopped, right? Hello, Patricia. Seems so. I don't got the mark anymore, so there's no doubt about it. You still got your mark. I'm the only one still cursed. Glad I made it in the nick of time. If my legs weren't in such good shape, it would have been over for us. Thanks for saving us, but you know, that was pretty reckless. Thought I said it's dangerous for a group of mark bearers to go somewhere unhaunted. Yeah, you did mention something like that when I was eating. Completely slipped my mind. Tell us, old man. What happened at the mansion? I'm not quite sure myself, but I'll tell you what I know. After you left, I wandered the place, looking for something to eat. My mark hurt like hell right by a room. I slipped inside and found a bunch of chisels and things. You must mean the room I found. I was kind of out of it because of the mark at that point. But I noticed one of the chisels was glowing all weird with the dark light. I knew it right away that it was hiding something awesome, some awesome spiritual power. What made you decide that you had to bring the chisel here? It seemed sure it'd be effective against the Kannon soldier. I heard a voice when I picked it up. It reminded me of a lady, sorta. It said, to bring the chisel to you. And that's when it hit me. It was what I was looking for. Oh, that thing you mentioned in the car. The heart of the curse that created the spirit.
Exactly that. So I hoofed it over to give it to you.
When I looked through that room before, Yasuoka said that the Kujo family used to create Buddha statues a long time ago. It's possible that chisel was used to create the statue that became the Kannon soldier. I don't know what that voice was that he heard. Probably something like the mysterious voice that guided me before. You know, I haven't heard it in a while.
And that's what happened. So, we heading back to the mansion then, Yashiki? For one, I'm hungry, but I bet Damon's worried too. I left without saying a word after all.
Yeah. Searching for documents on the mark, crafting all the statues. It'll take more than a day to do all that. We should go back to the mansion and figure out what to do next. What? We're leaving already? I wanted to examine this place. I glanced at the statue fallen to the floor. Sorry, but you'll have to do that another time. No. Out of nowhere, she shrieks hysterically, glaring at us with a strange look in her eyes.
What's that fuss, Hero? You eat something weird?
My mark suddenly scorches me. My flashlight blinks out. I hear voices echoing. The passage reverberates with sinister chanting, like groans from hell. Who's chanting?
It's the Kannon soldier. It's calling to Hero.
Kannon soldier, great Asura.
It's mine. No one can have it.
She stumbles her way over to the fallen Kannon soldier.
Hold on. That's dangerous. Still.
She lowers herself next to the statue. She cradles its head lovingly in her arms. Oh, great Asura, 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 Asura. Like a reply to Hero's whisper, a voice echoes, one I shouldn't be able to hear. Kannon soldier stands up, raises a long arm. We're dead. And decapitated. Fresh blood sprays everywhere as her head rolls along the floor. The Kannon soldier grabs Hero's head and body, still dripping blood. And vanishes into the darkness. Banshee and I are frozen in fear. All we can do is stare. The moment we come back to ourselves, we bolt out of the shelter like we're being chased. We climb up out of the manhole in Umnau South Alley. Damon runs up to us, drenched in sweat. He looks even worse than usual. He probably shouldn't have ran.
I found you. Hey, old man. Why did you suddenly sprint out of the mansion? My mark is gone now, too. What in the world happened? I had something to give Yashiki. I made it in time, but then Hero... What happened to her? The Kannon soldier got her. We managed to destroy its head, but we didn't snuff out all its power. It used the last of its strength, and, let's see. The doctor sees many deaths, but when it's a young person, it's too much. Feels so powerless. Well then, no use standing around feeling sorry about it, Hero. It may be cruel, but it's in the past now. Focus on dealing with your mark.
Right. They're better at handling death than I am. Probably comes from their experience. It's looking up that I can get rid of it. Finally discovered where the statues stolen from each shrine are. It might all work out in the end.
I'm lost, but I'm glad for you.
It's thanks to all of you. I'll figure the rest out by myself. You should all return to your regular lives.
You're saying we should separate? Will you really be all right?
I'm sure I'll manage. Besides, this is Saya Kujo's dying wish. I want to respect it.
I see. Then I'll do as you ask. Honestly, all this has put a strain on me. I'm barely staying upright. Whatever you do, don't collapse on your way home, please. Hey, Yoshiki. One day I'm hoping to let the public know about the underground shelter. For the sake of the wandering souls without a proper burial. I'd like it if you'd help with that. See you around. Yeah, I guess I'll go too. You're not returning to the shelter, are you? I may have balls, but I'm not about to get myself killed. The soldier might start up again. I'll give it a few days, then decide. So you're still planning on going back? Sounds like a death wish to me. Ah, come on. Comes with living with this kind of life. Plus, I'd like to give Hiro a proper burial. I'll bunker down in park or under a bridge until things calm down. See you, Yashiki. Bring more food next time, yeah? Former Mark Bear have all left. I should probably head to the mansion myself. Gotta go to decide what to do next. I hear a voice calling from behind me. I turn to see Banshee in the middle of the road staring intently at me. What's wrong? I remember now. His eyes are as wide as saucers. I forgot because of the mark, but I've met you before. What? What do you mean? Well, let me think. He scratches his chin. I know his memories are probably all a mess having just gotten them back, but I don't have time to wait for him. Yes. We first met 5 years ago. And then again 10 days ago. I feel like I've been struck by lightning. First arrived at Kujo Mansion 10 days ago. It means I met him before I lost my memories. I need to know, who in the world am I? I couldn't say. I wasn't interested in asking your name and you didn't give it. And tell me what you know. Tell me about myself, please. Okay, I owe you what for the food, so ask. What should I ask about? Let's ask about 5 years ago. You showed up at the shelter. Wanted to know about the Heavenly Buddhist Project. Gave me food. Actually, you were more focused on the Kujo family than the Kannon soldier. Why did we talk about them? The head at the time was majorly involved in the project. He was famous for his spiritual power, so the army asked him to help. He loaned them a number of his family's prized sacred treasures. You really zeroed in on that bit. You know what exactly the army got? Yeah, the shelter had a list. A mirror, a chisel, Buddha statues, cursed objects, and holy talismans. They were all returned to the family. Which means they're all in the mansion now. You kept popping by a few times until one day you just didn't. I only saw you 10 days ago. I just seen the Kannon soldier, and you can bet I booked it out the manhole. I ran into you on the street. Had you treat me to food to celebrate. Thanks for that, by the way. Banshee's talking about the person I was before I lost my memories. It's weird to hear about myself this way. You mentioned you'd been overseas. You'd only come back recently, about a month ago. Oh, and that's when I learned of the mark. You told me about it. It slipped my mind until just now. By that time, was my arm? Yeah, I had the mark. You were acting all odd, though. You go to remember something, then stumble over the words. Chris was probably in the late stages. In fact, I'd completely forgotten my name and passed a few hours after that. By the by, I've got something to tell you. This here Banshee, is a much nobler character than regular folk. That's why I led a detached life away from the world's vulgarities. What are you trying to say? I could be crazy desperate, but never shame my dear departed mom or divine providence. You understand? No, you lost me. I'm saying I'd never resort to stealing, even dying of hunger. Here, these are yours. He pulls out a wristwatch and a wallet. Each looks like an antique. They're inlaid with subtle designs. You forgot them at the restaurant. Let me see them. I grabbed them both and pushed open the wallet. But there's no ID inside. There was no driver's license or company card with an ID in it when you got it? Don't ask me. You said you forgot your old wallet somewhere and lost it. It was probably in there.
Oh. I look at what else is in the wallet. Bills, coins, and a number of familiar business cards. Sayakujo Spirit Healer.
Ah, those things. You tried to give me one. Told me to go there if I remembered anything. But I gave it back. I don't make a habit of carrying useless stuff.
Sayakujo's card was in my pocket when I arrived at Kujo Mansion. It must have been the one Banshee returned. There's no doubt about it. I lost all my memories right after I met Banshee. I've asked everything I want to know. Something's still bugging me. Did I say anything about the mark when you saw me 10 days ago?
Well, I was so focused on eating that I wasn't paying full attention.
You kidding me?
Oh yeah, you said the same thing as Hiro about the Kannon soldier. There's no way a human head on a statue will make it move.
But it did actually move.
That's what I thought too. And then, you said something strange. You said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her.
Her?
That's not all. You said she gave you the mark. That she loved watching you lose your memories and fear death. You made her kick the bucket once. But she came back to life. You said you needed to do the same thing done 50 years ago to get rid of her.
My heart wants to beat out of my chest. I can feel feel sweat run down my face. There's no way I can keep calm. Before I lost my memories, I'd known who had cursed me with the mark. Hey, old man, who's she? Did I tell you?
I wanted to know too, so I asked. But you couldn't answer me. I don't think you were trying to hide it. You just honestly didn't remember.
Is that because of the mark?
Well, that's about all I can tell you. Yashiki, we should get going soon.
Go where?
I'll tell you in your car. I'm really tired of standing. I'd like to sit for a bit.
There's no point arguing here. I'll just get it out of him once we're in the car. Ooh, we learned some stuff about our past self.
Nope, the mansion's out of the way.
Banshee clambers into the back seat of the car. His heavy scent fills the enclosed space.
I can finally catch my breath. Now then, driver, take us to Forest by H Castle.
By H Castle.
You trying to catch your cat?
I drive down the familiar road. All lights along the way are strangely green. We reach our destination without me having to slow down the car once. Engine chugs along. I feel the wheels of fate turning, like those on the car I'm riding in.
10 days ago I promised. In exchange for you buying me an extra order of almond jelly, if you did forget everything, I'd take you to 8 Shrine.
Sounds like you're prepared for everything. But if I was that careful, why didn't I leave myself a clue? Why prepare if I was just going to forget? Did the curse progress faster than expected so there wasn't time? Or did someone get rid of it? But if I had business at 8 Shrine, why did I go there while I was still had my Why didn't I go there while I still had my memories?
Something about timing. Waiting for some magic summer cleaning to clear away impurity.
Suddenly, my old self echoes in my head. I speak the words out loud slowly as realization dawns. Summer purification rites. They're rites held at shrines to exorcise evil. On the last day of June, you pass through woven reeds to cleanse yourself. I was trying to use that ritual to exorcise the impurity.
Ah, gotcha. Luckily, today's the 1st of July, so the rites or whatever are done. Should be no problem now.
Exorcise the impurity, huh? What kind of impurity was I trying to cleanse? The moment I learn, the less I understand. My previous self is like a complete stranger to me. How many times have I come to this forest now? The creepy arch and thick trees look the same as always.
Where each shrine is, yeah? Lead the way.
You never been there?
First I heard of it was 10 days ago.
Banshee and I push through the vegetation and make our way down the beast trail. We pass under the stone torii gate and finally arrive at the desolate 8th shrine. A few headless Buddha statues that are left shine in the light of the flashlight.
So the statues used in the project were stolen from here?
Yeah, that's right.
Is it really true the statues are connected to the mark somehow?
I've considered the possibility that the mark was caused by their divine wrath. But 10 days ago, you said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her. This course I've been following this whole time. Then at some point I had to have been fed some huge lie. What could it be? A shudder runs through me at the thought. Feels like I'm looking into the depths of hell.
You said 10 days ago that that altar holds something important. Something about needing to keep it here to exorcise the impurity.
He approaches the small altar and puts his hand on the sliding door.
Huh? What's going on here? The thing's empty.
Don't ask me. It was already gone when I was here earlier.
Well, that's darn weird. You said there was a cloth pouch.
What was inside?
Small fist-sized statue. A Nenji Butsu or something. It was the Go Shintai for the shrine. The Kujo head used it in the shelter to stop the mess 50 years ago.
And again, it's the Kujo family. They must have a strong ties to the mark.
Well, that's about all I can do for you. At least it was enough to pay off the dessert. We should head back.
Right. Still unsure about what my old self was thinking, but it's clear whatever plan I had didn't work. Where did the Nenjibutsu go? On the way back, I feel reluctant to go. I keep turning to look towards the shrine. Each time I do, Banshee hurries me on the forest entrance.
Well, this is where we part ways.
You're not going to ride back with me?
I'm going to be honest with you. I got a bit carsick on the way here. Flat roads were fine, but the curves and hills did me in. I've just got a nice meal and I'd throw it up, so I'll walk back.
But it's pretty far from here.
Kids are such wimps these days. When I was young, I used to walk across the Himalayas all the time. This ain't nothing.
His laugh is loud enough for the whole forest to hear. He waves and leaves me alone. Once he's out of sight, I get into the car. I pull out of the deserted parking lot and drive back to the mansion. As I count the streetlights passing by, I go over everything Banshee told me. 50 years ago in the shelter, a Kannon soldier went berserk, but it wasn't because of the army's experiments, it was her. The army was unable to stand up to the threat of her, but the Kujo family head used the Nenji Butsu to settle everything. However, she still exists in this time period. She was the one who gave me the mark. Before I lost my memories, I was planning on using the Nenji Butsu like they did before. I left it at 8 shrine so it could be cleansed of its impurity, but somewhere along the line it went missing. The past me probably couldn't have predicted that would happen. I'm almost back at Kujo Mansion.
As my drive comes to an end, I focus on what the important detail is. That's right, who she is. I have a hunch about her identity, but I can't be sure yet. A red cushion? And that definitely proves that she was there. 50 years ago, she made the Kannon soldier move down in the shelter. Cujo's family head sealed her. They would have brought her to the mansion. The sacred object for the project, of which she was one, were returned to the Cujos. I gripped the steering wheel tighter. If there were any way to defeat her, it just has to be in the mansion. I don't have any solid proof, but the fragments of my memories are whispering to me. The entrance doesn't look any different. My mark burns. A sharp pain nearly brings me to my knees. It seems she has no intention of hiding her presence any longer.
Okay. Save.
And then... Oh, she's no longer smashed. So we meet again? Mary's voice is soft. I know now. Behind those words is hidden an intense lust for blood. You came back to life rather quickly. You gave me nearly a whole day, more than enough time. I admit that rabbit attack surprised me, but unexpected events can themselves be rather enjoyable. Hello, beast. Then I had brought Mary to H Shrine. We caught sight of the rabbit there. I might have suspected Mary's true nature. Rabbit. Its great love for you pushed it into recklessness. What was that rabbit really? Determine that for yourself. Who are you? Know that, and the answer will come. Though it is impossible, so long as you bear the mark I gave you. Mary gave me the mark. I had a hunch, but hearing it from her lips fills me with dread. Just what are you trying to accomplish? Dragging the living to the depths of despair before killing them. I believe I explained that. It is a spirit's utmost desire and joy. And I had your cooperation with achieving that. Cooperate? That's ridiculous. Oh, have you not realized yet? You did bring those pathetic mark bearers directly to the spirits, did you not? They feared the spirit's existence, trembled in the face of death, the brief joy of their survival only to be crushed like miserable ants. I savored the taste of that fear and despair, most delicious. You had all of us help out, just to terrify the mark bearers even more? Clearly, I could have waited for the curse to complete if I had only wanted them dead. That is not the only lie. Mark bearers must stay in small groups. Do not contact outsiders. All my instructions were to drive you into a state of emergency. And not once did you doubt me. I bet she's telling me all of this. 'Cause we're gonna die. Because she wants me to be terrified with how helpless the situation I find myself in.
Good night. Thanks for stopping in.
I'm frozen in place and I know my face must be as pale as death. She must be loving this. Don't tell me you created all those spirits, just to accomplish that? Indeed. When Lady Christie believed divine wrath was the cause of the mark, I had never been more amused. Her foolishness was so delightful, I just had to come along with you. So you lied? Of course. How could a pile of broken statues possibly do anything? I could be imagining but I feel like she hesitated for a moment there. 50 years ago,
50 years ago, I was sealed away by the head of the Kyujo family. I awoke here 5 years ago. At the time, I was still unable to speak and communicate. But it seems my awakening alone caused a number of ripples. Those who died unfortunate deaths on cursed land became monstrous spirits. The age elementary abuse, the honeybee mass suicide, Saiko's assault and suicide. They all happened 5 years ago. I finally regained my full power a little over a month ago. Then the Buddha statue connected to me 50 years ago began moving. The woman killed by the statue was also influenced by my power. That must be the Kannon soldier in Tsukawa. Tsukawa believed it was divine oracle from the soldier when it really had been Mary. She did as the great Asura said and transformed herself into Miss Zu. Once my strength returned, I again bestowed my power on spirits. It connects humans to me and manipulates them into a panic. The mark. I know you've been toying with us, but well, was there really a need to make us be connected to you in some way? Of course. By being in direct contact with you, I could taste your fear. Even now. Are you scared of me, Lord Yashiki? Should we just say yes? We'll stay silent. So you are terrified to the extent that it steals your speech. Oh, her porcelain face cracks. Ever since you declared that you would fight the mark, I have waited eagerly for this day. Over the past 10 days, I have tasted your fear through the mark. Thick and syrupy, as sweet as honey. Each savored morsel made me want to smash you to pieces, but I waited. I'm not so selfish as to kill a goose that lays golden eggs. But I cannot take it anymore. Like crushing a ripe fruit and sipping its juices, I want to break you down and savor your sweet fear. Ew. The mark is dyed a deep crimson. A few minutes left until death closes in. My thoughts blur together suddenly. What happens to a mark bearer right before dawn? I've seen it many times. Is that what's happening to me right now? Lord Yashiki, wait for me. I'll kill. I can hear Mary stand up over by the sofa. At this rate, the rabbit's fate will be mine too. I have to run away. Check within the red in my room. Something whispers in my ear. That's right, that voice. What does my room mean? What does that voice belong? Who does that voice belong to? Yasuoka, she said. It was someone who loved me. Oh, were we married to Saya? Mary's coming closer. Where should I run? I sprint at full speed up the stairs and fly into Saya's room. Much like the entrance hall, it's dark. The voice said, check within the red in my room. Is something there? But where should I look? You're talking about like the floor where you died? There was a lot of blood there. Sayakuja's bloodstain is still on the floor. It's obviously dry by this point in time. There might be something lying on top of it. I can't be sure as it's too dark. Nothing was there the last time I was here. Picking it up, I discover that it's a small pouch. Inside, it's a hard, thin object. I move over to the moonlight to see it better. Oh, it's covered in blood. It's a small Buddha statue. It can't be. Is this the Ninjibutsu? It seems to be stained with blood, and I get an ominous feeling from it.
impurity. It hasn't been exorcised yet. I instinctively know the instant I see it. My mind is suddenly flooded with all of my memories of the ninjutsu, one after another. 50 years ago, the head of the Kujo family used this to steal Mary's power. He put the ninjutsu inside her to steal her. Then about a month ago, someone took it out. That person was me. Because of that, Mary gained her powers. The ninjutsu in my hand looks exactly as it did back then, full of impurity. Impurity that's built up from stealing Mary's power for 50 years. To cleanse it, I left the ninjutsu at the uncontaminated 8th shrine. It would take time to exorcise all of the impurity. It's already July. The summer purification rite is over. So why is it still impure? The object the rabbit had in its mouth could have been carrying the pouch, then instead of the master key. And the ninjutsu was taken away from 8th shrine before the beginning of July. Maybe the rabbit saw Mary by the shrine and was scared that she would find it. So it had no choice but to steal it away. The door to the adjacent room opens. Mary must be looking for me, but she can't. She can sense the presence of mark bearers. What's going on? Wait, is it possible that Saya's blood is protecting me? Bring it to where I met my end. The voice whispers in my ear again. If this isn't where the voice's owner died, they must have met their end elsewhere. There's only one other place. While Mary is in the next room, I sprint down to the entrance hall and make a beeline to Mary's sofa in the spot where the rabbit died. The voice that spoke to me and helped me every time a spirit was closing in. Saya was working through anything. It must have been that rabbit. Sensing something, I look down at my hand. The ninjutsu's impurity is gone. Is this what you've been telling me, Saya? I speak to the departed woman who's guided me as I struggled without memories. Put the ninjutsu, the source of the doll's curse. Press it to the black mark. That was on the right arm. The floorboards creak ominously. I raise my head to the staircase, rising into the darkness before me. The dark figure stands on the landing. I found you. It's like, I found you. The mark scorches me. Oh, look at all. Oh, and more. My head goes blank. Mary's coming closer. My body won't listen to me. Lord Yasuki. Mary closes her hands around my neck. She's trying to kill me. I squeeze the ninjutsu and the fog that's impeding my thoughts lifts. Still a struggle to think. I should be able to move my arm now. Put the ninjutsu on the source of the curse. Only have one chance. Where should I stick the ninjutsu? Well, I'm guessing the right arm, honestly, because when you look at the picture, she had a black mark on her right arm. I managed to drag my impossibly heavy arm and stick the ninjutsu on Mary's right arm. Let's see. She's hiding it. But I'm sure that's where the black mark was. Mark blooms on Mary one after another. They're all the color of blood. Ew. It's like they're the curse. They're the curses of those she killed. Oh, we survived. Mary shatters into dust. Did I really do it? I hesitantly looked down at my right arm. The mark is gone. Did it. Finally did it. I have to say it out loud to convince myself. A victory at the expense of Saya and the mark bearers' lives. I can't claim it's all over, but there's no harm being relieved for now. The fog clouding my head clears away. My memories slowly return to me. I look around the dimly lit hall again. I know this mansion well, because the clock on the second floor begins chiming wildly like it did 10 days ago. When I make my way to it, it stops, almost if it has a will of its own. That's right, this grandfather clock. I think a skilled ancestor of the Cujo family crafted it. That one chisel may have been used to make it. That's right, inside this clock, I open the door and stick my hand inside. My fingers brush something hard. Taking it out, I realize it's a voice recorder. Press the play button.
聞こえているだろうか。九条正宗だ。
Mazumune. That's a man's voice, a voice I know all too well. It's my voice. I decided to leave this record behind in case something should happen. That doll may dispose of any files or documents. I'm banking on her overlooking a piece of technology. As I listen, I start to remember recording this. I'd done it right before I received the mark from Mary. Now where should I begin? It started 5 years ago, 2 years after I became Cujo family head. My sister Sai and I found the doll in a wood box while sorting the warehouse. The moment I broke the seal and saw her, I could sense something sinister, but it took a while longer to fully understand what she truly is. Only there had been records. The great-grandfather who sealed her didn't leave any before his early death. Because of this, his descendants weren't told about the doll. I managed to learn the doll had been loaned to an army lab during the war. A strange old man who lived in an underground shelter told me. When I went to overseas to try to get more information on the doll, but I got into an accident while away and was presumed missing, so Saya became the new family head. I wasn't able to contact her until after she had inherited the title. It wasn't something worth contesting, so I explained everything and had her keep up the facade that I was missing. Public records still stated Mazumune Cujo was very much alive, of course. Couldn't have used my passport or license otherwise. I'm off topic, sorry. I only just returned to the country last week. Other psychics abroad all agreed it would be bad to leave the doll be. And Nenjibutsu inside the doll still suppressed its cursed power, but I realized that it was almost at its limit. If I left it alone, it would crumble. Then it'd be impossible to suppress the cursed power of the doll. That was worst case scenario. But what was to be done? The answer I came up with was to remove the Nenjibutsu from the doll temporarily. Its impurities would be cleansed after a month stored in a pure area, and then I'd take it back into the doll. If I succeed, the doll's power will be sealed for a few more decades. But the problem is that 1 month, I have no idea what kind of curse will be released when the doll's unsealed. I'll do what I can to prevent disasters, but my power can't compare to the Nenjibutsu. I can't guarantee anything. There may be victims again, like the tragedy 50 years ago. But this is a necessary evil. It must be done in order to prevent even more people from falling victim. After this, I'll disassemble the doll and remove the Nenjibutsu. I pray everything goes according to plan and the worst of the evils is avoided. I hope this record isn't needed. But if the one listening to this has a loved one who's fallen victim to the curse,
and I'm very sorry. The recording ends there. Damn it. I clench my fist so hard my nails dig into my palms. Yes, the voice on the tape was mine, but I'm furious with it. I don't know that person at all. The mark has claimed so many victims over the past month, like the mark bearers. I even lost my little sister, Saya. Was she just another inevitable victim that the voice spoke of? Ooh, can't forgive him. Should I just say that? Can't forgive him. Ever since I lost my memories, I've lived as a Kuzo Yashiki. My blood boils at what Mazumune Kujo did. Chapter 5, End. A few months have passed. Occasional cool breeze signals that summer is almost over. I spent my time putting the case of the mark to rest as best I can. Put Saya to rest by burying the rabbit and contacted the surviving mark bearers. Putting the Buddha statue in place of honor was also one of these tasks. They weren't connected to the mark after all, but I couldn't just leave them there. There was no way Christie'd keep quiet about the statues. So with her guidance and Yasuoka, Damon, and Banshee's help, I carried the broken statues out of the shelter and returned them to each shrine. In the process, I discovered that the Kannon soldier was nowhere to be found. Yato's body is also missing. Where'd they go? Remains a mystery. By now, my memory has completely returned, but I still can't think of myself as Mazumune. My memories of my past feel more like I'm reading someone else's biography. Legally, I'm Mazumune. I inherited Kujo Mansion, but not sure how to feel about it. But I think I'll consider it a way to pay Saya back for saving me. About moves at Mazumune Kujo. He became head of the Kujo 7 years ago. Scholarly inclined and introverted, he wasn't the type to be very social. He left all public appearances to Saya, so not many knew what he looked like. The only photos of him are from small local newspapers. Mazumune accidentally uncovered Mary in the family's warehouse 5 years ago. A discovery changed his life. I traveled extensively abroad in order to learn more about Mary. In one country, I got into an accident and fell into a coma for half a year. Even worse, that country proceeded to treat me as an unidentified traveler. I don't know if that was merely my terrible luck or if Mary's curse has something to do with it. When I was finally able to contact home, Sai had already become the new head. The rest was on the tape, said. I had no idea that Mary's power was far greater than I had imagined. All of my efforts to suppress her power were completely useless. My memories unraveled faster than I had thought. How did Mary come to be in the first place? One theory says a doll maker in the 19th century used magic to create her. Another says a spirit of a young woman who died prematurely took up residence in the doll. In the end, it's still a mystery. No one knows what happened to create a doll like that. We only know that each of Mary's owners died tragic deaths. Shortly after the turn of the 20th century, she came to be owned by the head of the Kujos. He either didn't know of the curse or simply didn't believe it. Disasters began befalling the family. Mary gained enough power to become sentient and produce spirits. Then the tragedy in the shelter happened. The seething grudges of the experiment's victims and the Buddha statues. They may have triggered her awakening. But whatever Mary's true identity is, the fact remains she altered many people's fates. Mine and the mark bearers included. Speaking of, an update on the surviving mark bearers. Tsukasa Yoshida is studying every day for the middle school exam next year. Probably trying to forget the events of that night. Seems he's even more obsessed with studying now. Mashita bought me a drink like he promised. Seems he's thinking about becoming a private detective. He actually asked me if I wanted to join him. Was he serious? I don't know for sure. Christy Arimura has started writing an essay exposing all of her past affairs, but The contents are so scandalous no one wants to publish it. I heard her complaints over the other day. Ida seems to have finally recovered after what happened to Suzu. I don't know if it's because of all the trials he's endured now, but he's buckled down lately and has been stopping by the city employment center. Yasuoka is still working as a fortune teller in Ginza. She's also taking time to help take care of the families of the Mark's victims. After he helped clear out the statues, Shuji Diamond's condition worsened and he's hospitalized. I think he worked himself too hard. Banshee gave up on living in that shelter after everything that happened. He still treks down there occasionally to pray for Hiro. All the mark bearers who became victims, all for the sake of the terror Mary sought. Whenever I remember them, my chest aches and I can't help but think, is it possible? Do they bear a dark grudge against me for surviving? I'm so sorry. How many times have I murmured that useless and meaningless apology? But I became more determined each time. All I can do now is make sure that that tragedy never happens again. For that, I need to hurry my preparations for putting the Nenjibutsu inside Mary. The Nenjibutsu alone won't be enough to continue sealing her powers in the years to come. I must prepare extra spiritual measures. It's taken a long time to get those ready, but today I'm finally finished. Did the mansion just lose power? What's going on? What is this feeling? My arm is burning. Why is the mark? What's happening? Calm down. I need to calm down. First, I need to get a grasp on the situation. That's how I survived this long. A horrible, familiar noise echoes in the hall. There you are. Deathmark end. That was the bad ending. Hell yeah. I think tomorrow we'll do the good ending. And then I think chapter 6. I don't think you can do chapter 6 unless you had the good. Yeah, you have to have the good ending in chapter 5 in order to do chapter 6. So we'll do chapter 6 tomorrow. So I'll do like the whole fast forwarding thing. Yeah, I'll do the whole fast forwarding thing and that sort of stuff. Is the game being weird on OBS? I just like realized. How long has it been looking like that? Oh, there it goes. I guess the credits don't want to play. Clear death mark, save all progress. Yes. So we'll save this one here. Oh. This is like the repeating of the back to the very beginning. Only thing left was her arm. Yeah, this is like back to the very beginning. Sorry, I'm using a fast forward. Yeah, see, this is back to the beginning. Hmm, that's back to the beginning. So that is the end of chapter 5. We did the bad ending. Tomorrow we'll play chapter 6. I will do like a little speedy run and catch up my other save file up to the part where it diverges. And then tomorrow we will continue onwards and we'll stream the ending of chapter 5 with the good ending and play chapter 6. I'm excited. And then that will be the end of Deathmark. That will be game 50. Deathmark is going to be game 50. We have finished 49 games so far this year. 49, because we finished Tears of the Kingdom on Wednesday. We're going to be starting Eowyn Chronicles 100 Heroes on Sunday or Monday. Sorry, Monday. We'll start Eowyn Chronicles 100 Heroes. We'll be playing it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll be streaming that probably vertically to YouTube while I'm streaming horizontal to Twitch. And then on Thursday, co-op game with Melanie, where we're going to be playing TikTok, A Tale for Two. That'll be over on YouTube or on Twitch. And then on YouTube on Friday, Saturday, we will start Resident Evil Revelations. Kind of excited for that. You know, kind of excited. So we got a lot of new games we're starting next week. Yay. Anyways, I'll see you all around. Thanks to anybody who stopped by and all that good stuff. I hope you all have a very wonderful weekend. Don't forget to give me a nice little thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can be notified the next time I go live. I'll see you all around.